Hey there, my fellow stalwarts and pilgrims. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens. Episode 91, Dangerous Dogpiling. Oh, here we go. Someone to shoot at. But deep drilling a little bit of wood is like a small price to pay. Alright, these guys are coming in with Doomsday Launcher and multiple triple launchers. So, danger. And they're sappers, so that's a bit of an issue too. What about their long... Oh, bunch of sniper rifles. Okay, so this is going to be a pain in the bottom to kind of raid. Got it. So because of our anti-sapper defenses, I'm pretty sure they're going to be coming in through the front door. Oh, come on. Oh my god. Alright, force target right in the front. Lead the targets. So if they're coming in the front door, I can bait out the triple and dooms on our turrets. I don't love that idea because it's going to waste a lot of material, but it's better than us getting shot by those things. Oh, are you kidding me? A psychic droner high? Great, so everybody's going to have to be drafted, fighting for their life, and now pissed off as well. Fantastic. Oh, God. Okay, well, alright. It's just the way it is. And because they're sappers, I can't play for time and have them freeze. Right? Like, wasting their time and letting the ambient temperature murder them isn't really a valid tactic. Right on the Doomer. Doomer's dead. And what did you have? Machine pistol, and a bunch of them are wounded. So this guy's going to be chipping away through the walls there. So let's go ahead and line up our shooters here. I don't know if they're going to have a line of sight on this exactly. But the advantage here is these raiders are going to wait for the wall to be breached. So they're going to be semi-stationary. Oh. So these are two opposing forces. Dooms, triples. Unfortunately, the sappers aren't going to try to make... So the sappers are just sapping towards me. They don't really care about the other raiders. The other raiders are going to be coming at me. The big worry here is that the sappers open a hole into my base and let in the other raid party that I won't be necessarily able to defend against appropriately. So that's the big risk here. So this is very much one of those when it rains it pours types of situations. But if I can land a good hit here, we can wipe out enough of their forces that the first group might flee. Come on, fire. Oh, that's not good. Also horrible. Two absolutely terrible shots. The problem here is we're going to be within the minimum range of mortar fire pretty soon. I'm trying to use combat command. I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference, but we'll see. And it looks like you guys do want me to wood heat the Eclipse farm. Obviously, I'm not going to do that right now because my hands are busy. Hands are tied. Alright, I don't really like that. That's what I'm talking about. Much, much better. So this breach is a problem because they have access to my turrets now. But that actually ultimately might waste their time. I'd rather sacrifice turrets than people. Oh, and the other raid party is here. I'm going to turn off my turret and just keep shelling the area. To that end, I'm going to undraft everybody and schedule them to be behind the walls. and I'll update the behind the wall zone. What I'm hoping to do is to force the two groups to fight one another, so that I have to do a lot less labor myself. That would be ideal. Well, what a good song. Perfectly appropriate for this situation. Wow, my behind the walls zone is all sorts of out of date. Doesn't even include some bedrooms. Yikes. Alright, I'm sure there's issue errors, but this looks mostly right. Yeah, so about raiding parties, every faction has their own politics. Sorry, I missed your question. So, some factions are not enemies with one another. So, for instance, the army of scavenger, well, so, like, if the pilgrims were attacking me, they wouldn't bother attacking the stalwarts because they're allied with one another. In this raid, the godless hates everybody, and the primary army hates everybody. One's a cannibal pirate gang, and the other is just a pirate gang. So, they're hostile to one another. So, I can just, like, stand back and watch them fight, and then kill whoever wins. So the sappers won this first volley. So what I'm doing now is trying to make the sappers flee while the second group comes in from the north. Because the sappers aren't going to wait. They don't idle for attackers or anything. I'm lining up my defenders to get ready for that. Oh, I hear another triple. At least all the Doom level weapons are being used up. That's nice. And as you can see, these mini turrets are wasting their time. That's essentially what they're built for, is to waste time so that we have more time to prep defenses. Alright, this northern group here has one triple launcher, and that's probably the only thing I really have to concern myself with. And I'm also going to say, JD, you're off duty, and Axios, you rally to the front. Alright, Sapper group is fleeing. Now the only group that is left is the Northern Attack Immediate, which these guys will follow regular pathing, so they're coming in through here. Which means Axios should take a position in the middle of the raiding group, because he has the combat command aura, providing the aura to as many people as possible, and just shooting down all the second group of attackers. The way I have my defenses... Oh, tannering... Honestly, yeah, just do it. I think he'll be able to build that wall in time. From cover. Ouch. Alright, yeah, it's not worth it. Well, there's the triple launcher. It just got used up, so I don't really have to worry about any Doom level stuff. Fish pick. I am going to unrestrict you, and you're going to go for that wall. Tannering, you are going to be behind the walls. And you're going to go straight to the hospital bed, and JD will meet you there to patch you up. God, what a mess. What a giant mess. So I want this built so they can't destroy my turrets. Because otherwise my base is open, but Fishpick has a shield belt, so yeah, he's fine. Yeah, still a lot of enemies have yet to come. And they will. But there's a lot of dead bodies out here, and a lot of destroyed walls. Alright, break risk, AR, you get reprieve. And Fang Phase 2, this high psychic runner is a real pain because in the middle of like getting shot at and being drafted and ignoring your needs, we have this high droner, which is like driving us crazy. Nope, some of them are dropping from hypothermia. And here we go. Let her rip. Alright, this hospital I don't want used. Because it's too cold to stay in there, so I'm just going to forbid the doors. Fishpick and Madsen, get ready for some, oh, they're done. Oh my, okay. Madsen was like, alright, he's high in Goju, so he won't feel this. Chop off his head. Well, you get to kill a Karen next. Hey, you want to meet my manager? Oh, there's the manager. Haha, you shot your heart out. Whoever said Karens were heartless. Well, I guess they are now. Alright, Rogi, you're dismissed. Winner, Slotus, Zeusin, Cardinal Wish, Sheep, Bryzit, Axios. Yeah, everyone go away. Everyone go chill, because it's so cold out. Everyone's having, like, mental health problems. Well, all's well that ends well. We have a significant amount of fixing the walls and burning corpses to do. But, I'm alive, and that's what matters. How's our battery power? So we are in a power deficit now. You guys did vote that I try to fire heat this room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the grow lights. I'll keep the heaters on for now and build the campfires and see if that helps to keep the area lit. Or warm, rather. And that will reduce our power need as we go to brownout state. We're down to 23 uranium out of 50. So I mean, it's only outputting 3,800, which is like roughly the equivalent of a geothermal generator. And this is a really large colony to have that little power output. Gumpy. Do you want me to rescue an 89-year-old? No. Like, what? How are you even alive? Is anyone worthwhile to keep? No, because I don't even care what their stats are. I ain't keeping anyone. Alright, next off, we are going to try to turn off the, Actually, I'm going to turn off maybe a few heaters at a time. To make sure that we don't frostbite kill the Devil Strand. The other thing that we'll need for this is a heat source. Oh, you know, that's not true. We have a lot of coal. So, I think we're fine. We don't need a deep drill. We can just use the coal for the fires. So what I could do is stockpile my wood here. And nothing will grow, but it won't die either. That's the whole point. It's the campfires. And I guess 5 was the right amount. It seems to be the perfect temp. The campfires are keeping everything warm so that this farm no longer uses power. It's no longer a power drain, which is great. Are they using it as a gathering spot? Probably. Turn that off. So I'm stockpiling my wood and my coal down here, and that bought us a little bit of time. I'm barely in grid excess, but still. Now my bigger worry, I would say, is mental breaks from the droner. So I'm going to rely a little bit on the smoke leaf that I got here for the stalwarts, the pilgrims. Actually, the pilgrim smoke leaf is fine. It's the harder drugs that they don't do. I might need one more fire. Especially as we head into winter. And the droner's over. Nice. So once it stops snowing... Oh my god. How many corpses do we have? Over 70 corpses on the map tile? Once it stops snowing, I'll burn up the corpses, but what I'd like to do is repair the walls, because we are very vulnerable to attacks without that. Who's my other researcher? Zeusin and Bryzik. Okay. I think I'm actually going to keep the pilgrims, or the stalwarts, behind the walls still. Because they don't want to see dead bodies, whereas my pilgrims are a little bit less sensitive to that. And I can also make an effort to haul some of the corpses that are in the water out of the water, because we're not going to be able to Molotov torch corpses that are waterlogged. But I'll have to keep a close eye on their hypothermia because it's pretty chilly out. Look, the Nutrifungus is being harvested. Excellent. We're down to 23 fuel in the Ark out of 50. It is producing 3,600 watts and dropping. We still at least have full batteries, so that's good news. Alright, we are getting pretty hypothermic being out here. So that's the start of frostbite. So we do absolutely have to be careful working outside. It's not safe. Oh, crap. High on smoke leaf plus hypothermia. What a combo. Who's close to rescue? Cardinal? Oh, you are going the long way, friend. Oh, the smoke leaf wore off and he's able to move again. Get the hell inside, dude. The new campfire gathering spot's still on? Yeah, it is. You are right. This could be fixed if we replaced this door, or this wall with a door. Though, actually, I don't want to do that, and the reason is, raid fleers will just bust that door down. It'll be annoying. Can it stop snowing? It'd be really hard to repair stuff with all this snow. So we have a few more holes here that need to get patched. But considering it's negative 100 Fahrenheit out, it's a little tricky to work outside at the moment. For the love of God, stop freezing yourself. I think... Oh no, here they come. It's so cold we, like, can't even construct walls properly. Because it's such a hypothermia risk. Alright, winter. Go somewhere warm. Fish pick. Go somewhere warm. And I'm kind of like babysitting these guys. So they don't repair themselves to death. Fish pick, stop that. He was trying to deliver stone to the walls while already dangerously hypothermic. So there's only one broken wall section. I think that's the only actual problem that we have. And then we have a bunch of damaged sections, and it's going to be annoying to have to repair that stuff because it's going to take a while. But the worst of the damage is over. Now we're going to have a fully functioning defense system, even if it is a little damaged. So Axios, it is time to torch. And we'll have to do the corpse burning in batches because it's really cold to be outside for a long time. Yeah, frostbite. Alright, battery check. Uranium levels is at 21. Batteries are topped up, but we are not generating a whole lot of power. It's down to 3,000 power, which is very little amount compared to the, like, 20,000 we're used to. But the hibernation mode of the base, working pretty well. And JD's coming out here to clear more corpses. Alright, you've gotten too cold. It's a process. Who's next? Winner? Yeah, I'm going to force Winter to warm up, and then we'll send him into the next burn. We're down to 26 dead. The farm is staying heated enough to keep the crops from dying, which is all that I really care about. I know the Devil Strand's not growing, but, you know, it's not the season for that. And it does mean that the neutral fungus can be grown on wood power, essentially. Which means we are producing food even though we don't even have a powered farm, which is great. Yeah, the base is pretty cold without the heaters, absolutely. Those heaters were putting in a lot of work. So without the constant burning of the electric heaters, hypothermia is rampant. Slotus, are you moving inside? Yeah, move inside. One of the issues is as they repair the walls, repairing walls takes a while. And they'll ignore their body temperature until the task is done, which is like really dangerous for their health. And I don't have like a radiant ambient heat mod on, so it's not like I can warm up throwing Molotovs. Alright, you need to turn in, but that was a lot of good work. Rogue, are you volunteering? No, you still have hypothermia. How bad is your 1.2? Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're volunteering. Wrong place, wrong time. Now I have to go burn corpses. I think I'm gonna haul this one, because if I don't, I'm gonna end up, like, burning my own people, trying to repair the walls. What happened to you? Did your head freeze off? Oh, you got triple launched. Okay. I'm not 100% sure I am done. Well, there's still that one body, I guess, that JD's hauling now. Medical emergency. A Slotus fell over. Oopsie. Winter fell over. Ah, crap. JD, stop what you're doing and go rescue. And then, who else is closest? Zeusin. Go rescue. Uh-oh. Don't lose fingers. Don't lose fingers. Or toes. Hurry up, Zeusin. I think what I'll do is, oh yeah, Slotus lost something. Is zone restrict everyone? If we're losing fingers and toes and almost dying, the wall is not worth that. So, I'm gonna keep everyone inside. Schedule. Stay inside. Too cold to be out. In this case, is Slotus... Oh my god, that's a lot of frostbite. Is gonna have to go through a regen cycle. At some point. He lost a big toe. I don't really have the power to put him through a Biosculptor cycle right now. So... that's gonna just be something to do once the fuel goes to 0. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll try to manage it now anyway. Because, although it does cost power, we're not doing a whole lot in the colony right now. So, it's not a bad time to take those measures. So I'm having Fishpick move some of the most insulating clothing over, and yeah, I know I could wear the parkas to repair the walls. I don't care. I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. This clothing is far more important to be used when we're trying to get somewhere dangerous and cold than it is to repair a few walls. We'll get a Biosculpt pod up for a Slotus. Oh, and yeah, I'm sorry, Fishpick. Go back into the base. So the big question is, will we hold out for 20 days on our low power mode? Because that's what's going to take. In 20 days, at least it will be kind of like early spring. The other thing I could try to do is... Oh, that's going to be 21 days from now. Never mind. Because when you're uranium at this level, what would make sense is to do an arc overdrive to create a lot more power, burning down your uranium, and then like feed the uranium powered arc like 1 or 2 uranium at a time to keep it above 0, so that you don't end up breaking your reactor down. You're just running. You're like redlining your reactor. In other words. I don't know if we have 20 days of coal and wood though. That's a good question. I may not have that. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to put the raw fungus into the Biosculpt pod. It's probably the best use of it, I would say. And let's do a pleasure cycle into a regen cycle, which is going to be faster than the regen cycle alone because of biotuning. So we are now in a power negative situation. I'm sure the Biosculpt pod didn't really help him with that. So I'm going to keep trimming power usage off of the base where I can without causing people unnecessary distress. I'll try to phrase it like that. Basically, turn off as much as I can afford to turn off without making anyone miserable. So, extra lights, extra heaters, maybe start to shut walls and doors, closing off areas that don't need to be accessed. Of all the corpses that are still out here, where are they? Alright, that's that guy and the guy up at the gate. Okay, tannering? I'm gonna have you finish them off. As long as nobody's out here, like, burning, repairing the walls, I don't think we're gonna have frostbite problems. So the heat for the... Oh, crap. Do I have research left that could be done on no power? Probably, yeah. I could have them just chip away at old, low-tech research projects. That doesn't... I mean, that's a good use of their downtime, for sure. Huh. I'm not entirely convinced keeping this on is worth it. Keeping the fires going. Should I harvest the Devil Strand early and close the northern farm? So one of the things that I would do if the northern farm is closed down is I would probably power down all of the hallway heat and light, saving more wattage if this was closed off. Because the pilgrims won the right for their commutes to be heated and illuminated, but if no one's working out here, then I don't need the heater on plus all the lights associated too. They could all be shut off and I wouldn't be in non-compliance if it, so to speak. And then I'm also starting to close all the doors around the center courtyard, except for the most important one for the valid pattern of the base, to conserve heat in the middle. So then the middle area here is a non-hypothermic zone. And you guys say yes. Okay. So with that in mind, don't refuel and harvest whatever can be harvested. Making sure that only the best plant cutters and growers are doing the actual harvesting. And the fermenting barrel got ruined by temperature anyway. So I'm just going to uninstall these things because keeping them here doesn't really make sense long term anyway. Oh, don't re-soak. It's all going to die. So I'm just going to keep the fires from being refueled. I don't necessarily need to actively break them down or anything. I don't really care. It's not like I recover the fuel. Now we're just shutting off all the heaters and lights because this is no longer a work zone. And I'm going to change... Actually, well, for the behind the walls zone, I don't think I'm going to change it to not include this area up here. Just because they're not going to die walking up this way. It's like not that cold. But it's no longer a work zone, so that keeps them from having to make the commute. So we have a pilgrim festival. I doubt I can actually put one on because it's probably too cold. Yep, it's literally too cold in that room. I'll turn on the heater for it. And the light. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Frostwardens.